Okay, so I don't know where to start. Okay, so I said I was gonna update maybe about the about my goal this year, and I think I didn't last week because it was such a week. Man, there's a lot of things happening. Like, I finally got a verbal agreement from someone to fund my master's degree, and then I also got someone to sign off on my this boot camp that I wanna partake in, and then I got a screening, like energy screening and cleansing from this channeler, I guess you could call her, with like with a very intense result, and quite surprising insights. And then there was a snake in front of our house, and so we had to call the fire department. So that was that was major. I'm glad we managed to find out quite fast, because apparently it has venom. I don't know how to say it. It has venom in it. So yeah, so that happened. And then what else? I found this note that I took during my first ever trance mediumship session in 2020 and 2021. And the note basically, I found it last year, but then I found it again now, and it was quite, it just confirmed everything that the channeler said, which is pretty cool. My husband's away for a business trip, and my son usually, because we co-sleep, right? And what happens is, usually in the middle of the night or whatever, he would kind of wake up, but not really, and he would like climb over me to get to my husband and just stay there until morning. But obviously, because my husband's not here, he was looking for his dad, and he couldn't find him. And once, I think my husband was sick, like a few months ago, and he was so sick that he couldn't sleep with us in the room, so he slept on the couch downstairs. And my son also woke up, and then I said, yeah, dad's downstairs sleeping because he's sick. And so last night when he woke up and his dad isn't there, he was like, he threw a tantrum, like asking me to go downstairs, but I was like, it was dark, and it was like 3 in the morning, no, 4 in the morning, and I was like, no, we'll just stay here. And he was like, he was crying, and at first I didn't get it. I didn't get why he was crying so much. And then I asked him, like, do you miss, are you sad? Are you feeling sad? Do you miss your dad? And he was like, he was crying, he was yelling and stuff, but like hugging me, trying to get me to get up and go downstairs with him. But so he was fighting me, like he was trying to pull me downstairs. And then I said that, I managed, because he wouldn't listen to anything I say. my neighbors building houses, so sorry if you hear that. Yeah, and it was like, I asked him like, are you sad? Do you miss dad? And then he stopped for a while, like he's digesting it. And then, gradually he stopped crying. And so I was like, I explained to him where his dad is, what he's doing, when is he coming home, and stuff like that. And I was like, tell you what, we'll just, right now dad's sleeping, but later on when you wake up, so we'll go back to sleep, and then we wake up, and then we'll call dad. Yeah, and then, but for now, because he's asleep, let's just send him a video. So I, sent my husband a video of him still having tears on his eyes, and I just like, yeah, I was like, oh, I was telling my husband like, oh, he's crying because he missed you. He woke up and you're not here and stuff like that. And my son was like nodding along. So it was quite normally I would be annoyed when that happens, but I did shadow work journaling a few days ago about about my reaction to my son, and I think it wasn't like this calmness wasn't my goal. I just felt like I was just journaling. I was like, these thoughts, these feelings need to go somewhere. So I was like, yeah, I wrote everything down, and I was surprisingly calm the whole time. So even when he was, yelling, usually I would get frustrated, but I didn't. But I wasn't, and yeah. And then I said, I just, after we sent my husband the video, I asked him to, I put on some like frequency music, and then I asked him whether he wants to watch videos of him and his dad, and he did. So we watched that for a while, and then I was like, I asked him to go back to sleep, and he said yes. So yeah, it was like, I think I thought about it, but like I think I managed to like heal my childhood wound, one of my main childhood wounds. I didn't get triggered. I was just like, okay, this little person needs help. Why is he crying? What can I do to make it better? And I was just like taking a wild guess. Oh, you miss your dad. And he was like considering it, and I think he didn't really get what I meant, but maybe something just rang true to him. So he was like, yeah, I think I feel sad because I miss my dad, and I wish I had that person who would like sit with me when I'm in my feelings, and be like, just sort of like take wild guesses as to why I was feeling the way I was feeling, you know what I mean? Because I think this is very common experience. I think most of us were raised like when we were crying over something, we would be told to stop crying immediately, and I can tell you that it didn't help at all. Every single person, I think, or at least most people, when they're crying and someone's like, stop crying, and they would be like, immediately cry harder. So that was counterproductive. But yeah, I was like, I'm not saying this to pat me myself on my back. It's more like, huh, this really worked. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's that. But also after that, so yeah, after that, like when I asked him to go back to sleep, you know, I turn off the TV, the music, and then my phone, and then I think I fell asleep, and then I woke back up like a while later, but I think I was lucid dreaming. I'm not sure if I have ever, you know, done anything like that before, but I googled it, and lucid dreaming is defined as like, you know, like you're dreaming but you know that you're dreaming. If that's the case, then, you know, I do that a few times. I think you guys have done that as well, but this one feels different because like I woke up, but I felt like I saw myself still sleeping, and it was the weirdest thing because like I look around and it was, do you get like, there was this like red filter like on Instagram, and it was like that, it looked like that, so the whole thing was kind of red and black or whatever. And I woke up and I noticed, I knew that I was still sleeping, and I was like, huh, this is weird. And I was like, I think I knew that it was almost morning, like it was almost light outside. So I was so I woke up, I got up with my body still on the bed. I got up and I opened my bedroom door, and I walked outside to like this area, and I was like, I looked around and I was like, huh, this is weird, like, but like I knew I was sleeping, and I was like, I looked around and everything's red and black or whatever. I knew that I was dreaming, or at least like I'm not actually awake. So I look around and I was about to open like this door, and then I was like, why would I do that? Like, I'm still sleeping. Like, yeah, I was like, why do I bother like trying to do like my morning activities? Like, I'm not fully awake yet. So I was like, huh, that's right. And I went back to bed and I just like laid down and went back to sleep, and then I woke up at like 7ish. So it was weird. Like, I could remember like almost the whole thing, and it really felt like I was actually up and doing it. Yeah, so it was weird. That was kind of neat. Like, I wasn't scared at all. It's just like something new that happened. Anyway, I forgot one thing. I got like literally the day after the whole snake thing, I was at the immigration office trying to get new passports for me and my son, and afterwards we grabbed some lunch, and then like this person, like my old boss, kind of, no, my friend whom I used to work for a few months ago, he was like, he texted me and he's like, hey, you available, can you work like tomorrow? And I was like, yeah. So that was neat as well. I don't know, life is good, like new things are happening. I'm not, and for, you know what, I used to feel suspicious of happiness. Like, I used to feel like when good things are happening to me, I would be like, why is this happening to me? Why are these things happening to me? Like, when's the other shoe dropping? Like, what is gonna happen to me? What bad thing is gonna happen to me? You know, so that kind of thing. So, but like this time I'm like, huh, that's neat. Of course I'm grateful, and like I'm just like, yeah, good thing, come to me, I will accept you with open arms. So that's that. I think that's it for this week. I might update later if I hear something else this week. Bye bye.